Governor's office has released the 800-page report on cheating allegations in Atlanta's public schools.
And investigators discovered 178 teachers and principals cheated to improve student scores. The new interim superintendent, Earl Davis, says the results are appalling.
This angers us all. It is hard for us to quantify and often express that anger, but as Ms. Muhammad said, these people are not going to be put in front of children again.
The 800-page report, prepared by a team of investigators and released by the governor's office early this evening, outlines evidence against teachers, principals, and administrators. The year-long probe confirmed cheating did occur during the 2009 CRCT, Criterion Reference Competency Testing. The report was released just hours after Governor Nathan Deal went public with its troubling conclusions.
Testing and results and targets being reached became more important than actual learning on the part of children.
The report states there was a culture of fear, intimidation, and retaliation spread throughout the district, and that virtually every teacher who confessed to cheating spoke of inordinate stress the district placed on meeting targets and the dire consequences of failure. Interim Superintendent Davis replaced former Superintendent Dr. Beverly Hall, who, according to the report, failed in her leadership and was responsible for falsifying, misrepresenting, or erroneously reporting the evaluation of students to the state. In essence, the report says 44 of 56 schools cheated, which includes more than 170 teachers and principals. This amounts to more than 78% of the district's schools.
The state has released a scathing report on test cheating at Atlanta public schools.
Investigators called it a culture of fear, intimidation, and retaliation, and it puts blame on dozens of teachers and principals and former Superintendent Dr. Beverly Hall.
It's that Dr. Hall basically either knew or should have known that this cheating was taking place, but chose to ignore the warning signs because it claimed that she wanted to take credit for overachievement taking place within the Atlanta public schools. The state probe into possible cheating within the Atlanta school district shows a culture of fear, intimidation, and retaliation, in which cheaters prospered and those that tried to bring the problem to light faced punishment. Pouring through the 800-page report, you find example after example of alleged shocking behavior. At Parks Middle School, the principal, quote, scheduled an impromptu after-school dance so that the teachers could stay late in the afternoon and cheat without raising suspicion.
Another story that caught our attention today is a massive cheating scandal in Atlanta's public schools. It matters far beyond that city because the alleged cheating involved the same sort of standardized tests used all over the country. Most surprising in the cheating scandal, it's not the students, but 178 principals and teachers who were involved. 56 schools were investigated, and cheating was found in 44. That is nearly 80%.
It's a scathing report, a decade of systemic cheating in Atlanta's school system by the adults. Dozens of educators erased wrong student answers on state standardized tests and inserted the right ones. In all, investigators accused 38 principals of cheating and said 82 of the 178 educators they identified as part of the scandal confessed. The motive for cheating? Show phony progress at often troubled schools, what the report calls the pressure to meet targets in the data-driven environment. Atlanta's scandal is the biggest in recent years, but other school systems in Baltimore, Houston, and Detroit have had isolated cheating issues on statewide tests. Educator Diane Ravitch blames it on a federal law that links funding with test performance.
We have a terrible federal law called No Child Left Behind that says that all schools have to have 100% of their students proficient in reading and math by the year 2014, or their schools will be closed down.
In Atlanta, warning signs were there, but potential whistleblowers were bullied or worse. At this Atlanta high school, former teacher Paul Landerman saw a teacher helping 50 students change test answers. He reported it, and the next day, he says he was fired.
The greatest value inside that system is loyalty to the system.
For overall responsibility, the report points to Beverly Hall, the school system's former superintendent. Atlanta schools showed such progress at one point. In 2009, Hall was named America's Superintendent of the Year. But investigators say Hall either knew of the cheating or should have. She has denied that, but in her retirement video last month blamed other employees.
I am confident that aggressive, swift action will be taken against anyone who believes so little in our students and in our system of support that they turned to dishonesty as the only option.
Atlanta now has an interim school superintendent, and Scott, he said today that any educator involved in the scandal would not work in a classroom here again.
Mark, I wonder, could there be criminal charges involved?
These people are looking at potential felony charges, Scott. Tampering with a state exam in Georgia is a potential felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison.